Good afternoon, everybody. So we haven't really done anything today, but what I am going to do is oh God, it's so hot in this other room where the heater's broken. But anyway, can you hear Nate? He's downstairs and I can hear him. Anyway, I'm going to be making scones for his work tomorrow. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. We were going to go on base, but decided against it. And just have kind of a relaxing weekend. So that's what is going to happen, and I will see you in a minute. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a video about some of the accessibilities you have here and some that you don't, as far as like places that ship to APO, places around here. So if you're interested in seeing that, then keep watching. One of the places, well, I'm gonna list off some places that I know that do ship to APO. I know some don't, and which really sucks, and I know some places do ship, but they don't ship larger items. So if you need larger items, you have to go to like IKEA or Base, and it can be kind of pricey. So anyway, these are some places I know that do ship to APO that are websites. If you're into clothing, I know that Forever 21, American Eagle, Buckle, I know Sephora does not, but if you want Sephora products, you can go to Amazon. Amazon obviously does. Another place that ships is obviously eBay, but that is depending on the person you're purchasing from. I've tried to buy from Target before, but it didn't go through, and I don't know if that's just because I was trying to buy a larger item. So that kind of sucks. And Walmart, the same issue. Walgreens, I think, does. That I've tried. I've never actually purchased from them before, but I've heard they do. Now, let's see, Macys does. Macys ships to like, I think, over 50 countries plus APO. Some smaller places will ship to APO, like, oh gosh, where was it that I bought this stuff from? Elf Cosmetics, that's where I got. They ship to APO, so that's really cool too. And they're an inexpensive brand. You can buy like 9 items for 20 bucks, so that's really good too. I read a post on Ramstein Facebook page that Kohls does not, and they're trying to get a petition started for Kohls to start shipping to APO. I don't know how true the validity is on that, but that is what I've heard. As far as shipping goes to APO boxes, I know a lot of places do not, just because you cannot, or it's harder to track once it gets to like the sea area to get to us here overseas. So it sucks because, you know, you don't have the accessibility that you have back in the States to all your different types of stores that you like. I know Walmart actually used to be here in Germany, and I think they closed their last Walmart in '97. I know there was one back when I lived here as a child because my mom used to talk about it. But again, you know, that's just, it's harder to buy things, in my opinion, over here because of shipping, because if you do order online, you have to pay obviously for shipping and handling. Whereas back in the States, you could just go to a store and get it. The BX can be kind of expensive on some of their items, and I've noticed like on baby stuff that we got for our daughter back in the States when she was younger, and just the prices now for the same things, they're like 10 bucks more than when we got them back in the States for the same item, and even toys. And I know it's supply and demand, but at the same time it's harder, especially if you're, you know, a family or a larger family. It can be difficult. The good thing is if you buy a larger amount of items here, you can use your VAT form to help decrease the price. As far as paying the German tax, you don't have to. You're basically not paying any tax. So that's a good thing, but at the same time, you don't have the accessibility, like I said, for the different stores that are in the States versus here. Where else have I not been able to purchase from? I haven't made many purchases since I've been here, except for just clothing and stuff. Oh, I know Old Navy ships to APO and Gap and Piperline because they're sister stores. I've definitely purchased from Old Navy in the winter time last year, and let me just tell you, from my experience buying things during the winter time, try not to, because our item got lost because it was to an APO box, and we ended up having to have the company resend it, and then we ended up getting the items we previously bought, and 2 of the sizes were wrong in the original purchase, and we ended up getting it like a month later, and they said just keep it. So just be careful. If you can, get tracking, and always track your order. And just as a tip for those who are purchasing things from online here for APO, the postal service here I've had negative feedback from, just because boxes usually come later than tracking date, and you know, that's understandable because I know there's a lot of volunteers at the postal service, and I appreciate that, but again, you know, when you check your post office every day and you get a last minute notice or whatever it is, like the third, you get 3 slips and then they ship it back to where it came from, and when you get that 3rd slip and you've been checking every day and there's been no previous slips to that, and that's happened twice, it's kind of frustrating, especially if a box that you're expecting and you paid for to get on time is a week late. I'm not downing on the people working there, I'm just saying that's our experience. So if you end up buying anything, just be prepared, and understand that that could happen, because it's happened to us a couple times. So I know some places do ship, some places don't ship, and as far as what I noticed when we first got here to the Ramstein BX is that the BX actually has some really nice name brand things. They have Michael Kors, which, you know, is a more expensive brand. They have Victoria's Secret, not the bras or anything, but they have the sweats and the shirts and all that type of stuff. And then for makeup, if there's any makeup junkies out there, there's NARS, Lancome, Clinique. It's basically like a mini Sephora, except you don't get a wide variety of makeup, and a lot of them are high-end. And which is funny is because I think there's more high-end products than there are drugstore products at the BX. And if you're living overseas, you kind of probably want more drugstore, just because you're already paying such a difference in living over here on the economy that you want to kind of save your money and buy drugstore, or at least in my opinion. And it's like their drugstore selection for cosmetics is so small and is not a wide variety, and then new things that release back to the States are a bit slow to get here, which is understandable at the same time. But yeah, so that's been a thing to get used to, is that it's so small to the variety that you could choose from. But mostly just about places that I know that ship to APO. There could be more. Again, if you guys know of any places that do or don't, go ahead and write them, because again, these videos are to help people who are new to over here or that are going to be over here soon. My husband is going to be sponsoring, I think, 2 people, one a family and one a single person. And so yeah, these are just videos to help people who are overseas and want to buy from somewhere, don't know if they ship, or if, you know, just trying to purchase from somewhere in general. So I hope these videos are helpful, and I will see you guys later.